Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. And today I'm excited to share with you guys another Invicta watch. And this is on loan by Bulldog Enterprise. He's a fantastic eBay seller. There are links in the description if you do want to make a purchase. Please do it through my links. It does help support the channel. And if you do like the content, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Click the bell to be notified anytime I upload a new video, and you will be all set. So the watch I want to share with you guys today is, I just want to say right off the bat, this is not one that I personally would own in my collection, just because I am not, and I'm not dissing the watch by any means, but I am not into the character watches as much, although I do really appreciate this particular character watch by Invicta. If you haven't seen my video on that, the Grand Octane Coalition Tony Stark edition. Because it's very subtle. You don't really know if this is a Avenger, or not Avenger, a Tony Stark or Iron Man watch. This one here I'm about to show you screams, well, here we go. You guys know what that is. The Joker. The Joker DC Comics Edition Venom watch. And I gotta tell you, I appreciate the design. I really appreciate the build on this. And I love the Venom watches. I've always liked the Venom watches, but I do appreciate the creativity and just how they designed this watch. There's lots of comic book fans out there. Comics and the DC movies and all those superhero movies, although I like to watch them, I'm not really a fanatic about them. But there's lots of folks out there. I mean, otherwise, who love this stuff. Otherwise, you would have things like Comic-Con and those kinds of huge conventions where people love that stuff. So that's what, you know, some watch snobs out there always gonna insult Invicta because of their you know, character watches. Well, you know what? Invicta is really smart, as a very smart company for coming out with character watches, because people love this stuff. I mean, there are so many people out there who love these different movies that collect figurines from Star Wars to DC Comics, the Hulk, all these different characters. People love them, and these have become almost like collector's pieces, where even if a guy who wasn't even into collecting watches, now that they make these characters themed watches, has become a watch collector. So it's really great that Invicta is using this angle to really you know, introduce a new item to collect for these different movies. So let's go ahead and check this out. Now you can see this one just screams Joker, and it's really a great looking watch. This is using it's kind of like a hybrid Venom 2 slash I'd say Venom 3 bezel, although they don't call it that, but you can see how it's got that traditional Venom bezel off the Venom 2, and this is also on the hybrid Venoms, but they've also kind of scalped it out, or skeletonized it, where you have your markers on the inside of the bezel with that purple. On the back, you have, let me take the sticker off, you have a exhibition window, but it's covered with a DC Comics logo in the purple and green, matching the Joker colors. This one here is done on a silicone strap. You have a little bit of purple, anodized purple right in the middle there, of course. Obviously, you can see that. You have kind of that Joker aqua color, I'd call it, on the back, and of course the face, naturally you can just tell that thing is just got Joker written all over it. Now this has been a very popular watch, although it's not one that I personally would own, because I don't really follow the comic stuff all that much. You know, I'm not a Comic-Con guy. I like watching the movies, but that's kind of the end of it. You know, I'm just not, it's just not my thing. And nothing wrong with it. I think it's fantastic. I love seeing people who are into this kind of stuff. There's only a few of these character watches that I've ever considered owning. One is, again, the Iron Man one. The other one was the Grand Octane Hulk edition, because it was very, very subtle. I just honestly like the color combination. This one here has, of course, your unidirectional rotating bezel. For you guys who need to hear that bezel click, who claim turn the bezel on a high-end watch, you'll see the difference. No, you won't. This thing is super tight, very easy to turn, fantastic. I believe it's 120 click bezel. It is made of 316 stainless steel. Obviously, the stainless steel has been plated. You have a combination of mirror polishing on the case and some brush finishing on the bezel, and a little bit of mirror polishing on the inside scalloped edges of the bezel. And you can see this one here, as far as the movement, this is powered by a Z60, and that's one that, it's a quartz Ronda movement. That's one movement that they've been using in a lot of Invictas. It's really one of Invicta's main movements they use in most of their reserve level timepieces in the 50mm range. What they've done on this one here, you have your seconds wheel in the, what you consider the iris of the eye, and then of course you have your day of the week in the other iris of the eye, or iris, and what would be, yeah, well, part of the eye there, not really the iris, I guess in the opening of the eye. I guess for argument's sake, it really doesn't matter. And then of course in the mouth you have your day of the month. And that's really about it. And obviously you have this in-your-face Joker character logo or character face on the watch, if I'm saying that correctly. Really cool looking watch. Now this one here, I'm not going to go into all the specifics. It is your 23 millimeters in thickness. If you guys follow Invicta watches or me, you guys know by now, Venoms are 23 millimeters thick and about 52 millimeters in case diameter. 3,300 feet of water resistance on this one here. And the rest of the specifics I'm not really going to get too much into. I encourage you guys just to click the link if you want to read more about it. It'll take you right to Bulldog's listing, and if you want to make a purchase, you can do it right there. This watch right now is selling for $539.99, and that's shipped to your door. That's one of the best prices on eBay. It's in line with what other people are selling it for. Of course, you can always find it on a bid, but then there's no guarantee you're going to get it for that. Other people bid on the watch, you got to reserve. I always feel comfortable buying through Bulldog because he's just a reliable seller. I'd rather spend even like 20 bucks more and buy from a guy you know is going to give you something that's reliable and not going to have any problems with it. So there it is, guys. Curious to hear what you guys think about it. This one here has been requested several times. I know there's a lot of Batman lovers out there and movie lovers, so I'm really excited to share this one with you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and take off the yellow tag on here, just so I can show you guys what it looks like on the wrist, okay? Because that's what this is all about, seeing what that watch looks like. Now I have a 7-inch wrist. I'm about 5'7", and I weigh about 175 pounds. So all these watches look pretty large on me. So especially the Venom watch. This is not a small watch, but the Venom watch was my very first Invicta watch, and it's kind of special for me. My very first one, I believe, I forget the model number of it, 57, doesn't matter, but it's all silver stainless steel. I remember hemming and hawing on that watch or trying the Invicta brand for so long, and when I finally did, I got it in my hands, I was just blown away. Big, chunky, heavy, and beautiful. So let's go ahead and throw it on the wrist, guys. Now on me, on a 7-inch wrist, I'm taking this down to, and these watches are so big, you don't want to wear them loose. I mean, some of these guys with these hooker stretched out Rolex bracelets. I mean, I've never heard of a watch band having stretch. It's made of metal, shouldn't stretch. What that's really called is bending. I just wanted to mention that, bending of the pins. But anyway, some guys like to wear their watch, and it's personal preference, loose like a bracelet. I wear a watch above the bone on your wrist here, especially a watch this large. You don't want this thing flopping around. So on a 7-inch wrist, I'm about almost to the third hole on the strap. So if you had, I'd say, probably a 6.5-inch wrist, I don't think you'd be able to go any smaller and keep this snug. Silicone, always very comfortable, but you guys know me, I'm a bracelet guy, but still, nonetheless, this is what it looks like on a guy my size, my height, and my weight. And I weigh about 170 pounds, if I didn't mention that already. Pretty awesome looking piece if you like the themed watches. And I'm sorry it's upside down, but that's the way it's worn on my wrist here. Try to get it at a different angle there. Pretty wicked. I mean, whether you're into the themed watches or not, I can definitely appreciate the creativity in the design and just how they put this together. It really is fascinating to me that they can come up this many watches. Whoever they have designing their products over there, it really is quite amazing. And again, not a watch that I personally would own, but they're obviously selling, and a lot of them is sold out on a lot of different websites. So, and that's the way it goes with Invicta watches or with anything else. All about supply and demand. So, these things were hot. People bought them up, and now the price is jumping up a little bit. And I really don't remember these watches ever really being under the $400 price point. I remember a few websites had them when they first came out. And generally when Invicta comes out with a brand new watch that they know is going to be pretty popular, they discover it's popular, they really don't discount it all that much. Not like the yellow tag event that they're having right now. If you guys haven't checked out that event, I will put a link to the description for that as well. You'll see the link for this watch and then the Invicta stores event. Definitely check that out. There are some amazing deals going on right now. Pretty cool looking watch. I do really like the color combination too. It's really unique. Alright guys, well there it is, the Invicta Venom Joker Edition watch. And I believe this one here, I just want to mention, they call it the Villain watch, which is the Joker of course. But I think this one is limited edition as well. Let me just double check that. Yeah, well, it is limited edition. This one here is number 107 of 4,000. A limited edition to me, 4,000 is a pretty big number for a limited edition, but nonetheless, there's only going to be 4,000 made, so once they're gone, they're gone. And with anything limited edition, usually down the road when these become unavailable, the price tends to jump. And the reason, and just a lot of people say that, oh, Invicta watches aren't going to appreciate. That's not necessarily true. There's been, if you just checked out my post, put this down for a second, on the Grand Octane watch, they made 3 different Grand Octanes with 3 carats of black spinel, I believe I'm saying that right, around the bezel. One in this brown and rose color, one in black and yellow, and one in that, that royal blue and black. Those watches right there, that is like my holy grail watch, and the price on those right now, you could have got that way back in the day for like in the $300 price range. Right now, it's very hard to find that watch, if you could find it. There's one link on my Facebook page I listed, brand new, most of them are used. You're paying $500 to $650, not even $550 to like $650, $700 for that watch. And that's way more than it was when it first came out. So I always tell people, if you really like something and it's within your means and it's something that you like, nobody else, that you like and appreciate, get it if you can, because sometimes you're gonna wanna watch, and especially with Invictus, I've seen way too many. Although they make thousands of watches, I've seen way too many different models. I've said to myself, gosh, you know, I should probably pick that up, and I'll wait on it. And next thing you know, 6 months later, I was like, gosh, I really want to get that watch now, and now the price is like 5 times as much, and you can't find it. So definitely keep that in mind. Guys, once again, thank you for watching the video. I always appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the channel. Just cracked 13,000 subscribers. Channel keeps growing. I'm really enjoying sharing all this great stuff with you guys. Stay tuned for more Invicta watches. I got probably about a dozen more to share. And you guys, if you do make a purchase, please do through my links. It does help support the channel. And again, guys, click the bell, subscribe, and you are going to be all set for any new videos that I come up with. All right, guys, have a wonderful day and take care.